how y'all doing? Welcome back to the Feral Show. It's us. Well, as aforementioned, we wanted to use this to get to know ourselves, blah, blah, blah. Look at our promo. This is part of that. So we, as everyone, has a very mixed, diverse family. You don't know everybody. You just know...
You're mixed?
But I don't know why I said that. I'm literally so sorry. I only know so much. I only have so much contact with each side of my family, so I would love to know more about myself. So would Ari. So we got these. We've been saying that we wanted to do one of these ancestry things. So we got 23andMe, the premium version. I'll be honest, I've held back from doing stuff like this for a couple of reasons. One, because I thought online, I saw online that they're stealing your DNA, they're cloning people, they're doing this and that, they're setting you up for crimes, you know what I mean? So, but right, we were active duty.
They took everything already.
If they want my thumbprints, they got them already.
They got them already.
Saliva, all the things, they already have it.
Yeah.
We're fine. Also, I'm not trying to find out I have more siblings I don't know about. Okay.
I don't like both of us.
Yeah, so that was kind of what held me up. But at this point, the more the merrier.
I wouldn't say all that.
Yeah, that's kind of held me up personally from doing it. But we finally decided if we want to get to know ourselves, it'd be cool to get in deep with this kind of thing. Learn about ourselves at least as much as we can. And so we're gonna get into that. We'll talk about what we do know and what we're hoping to hear, and we'll talk a little bit about the kind that we got as well. But let's see here.
I got this honestly because they were on sale.
Yeah, you want to talk a little bit about how you ended up deciding on this one?
Yeah, so honestly, we were just at a VA appointment for her. I was getting my stuff set up at the VA, and we were just sitting there, and we talked about, somehow got on the topic of, I wonder, if I ever had any other siblings around, which for me, I have found out via a birthday card that I had another sibling.
You're welcome.
18 years ago. Holy crap, that's a long time. 18 years ago, I found out I had a half-sister on my dad's side who I have no contact with. You've also found out after reconnecting with your family that you had another brother.
Yeah, and apparently other ones that are alleged.
So because we don't have contact with our bio dads, somehow we always come up with a joke of, I'm sure there's more that are related to us. But the biggest thing, I think we were just talking about not wanting to, but I think deep down it would just be kind of maybe, I don't know, like a comforting thing or like some closure to know that there's more out there.
I get what you're saying. I don't have a specific word for it.
Yeah.
But because I don't personally have a lot of contact with either side of my family, mom or dad. I do have some contact with family, which is why I know a little bit. Both my parents are Bolivian, so I know that much. They were born and raised there, but then their backgrounds are even further. Their parents, it's like a whole thing. So I know what I know based on a little more from my mother's side, and then a little bit that I've heard from my cousins on my dad's side. And I really want to know about that. I think just not having those relationships really is fine. If you've never had them, you don't miss them. But I think I wish I would have known more about my roots. I'm very proudly Latina, and I've always been very proudly Bolivian American and all the things. But I would like to know more about where my family came from and what made all this happen. So
sugar and spice and everything nice.
Spice and everything nice. Here we're sage and hood and wish a motherfucker would.
Sage and patchouli, baby. Sage and patchouli.
I don't brag.
This is a rap post.
No. I think that's kind of how it is for me. Like, your family that's here. I know the family that's here. Like, my grandmother brought my mom over here. Also, both of us are children of immigrants from very diverse backgrounds. So I know what my family has told me. I don't know my biological dad that well. He kind of popped in and out. And then the last time I saw him, trauma bonding at its best. But he kind of popped in and out, never really got into the nitty gritty of it. Growing up, I knew I was mixed. Yeah, I knew I was mixed.
So anyways, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Tell me, who is this Encarnacion?
Well, my favorite color is light tan. My favorite animal is puppies.
I was mixed. Yeah, I knew I was mixed, so obviously I got a lot tanner than my friends did. And my hair was very clearly different than my friends were. But other than just knowing I'm some type of Native American, German, obviously.
So why don't we go through that? So you want to break down what you do know, what side is what, and we
Yeah.
can kind of go that way?
Yeah.
Hey to all the friends, family, and folks out there. It's Ari, and we are here with a family tree. As we talked about us wanting to really get to know our backgrounds and learn a little bit more about our family history, we decided to start with our family tree. So we're just going to kick it off from the get-go. Up there, you're going to see Jaja. Jaja Gabor is Grams. That's what she'd be looking like when she walked up to our house. And that's just what it is. We're going to just kind of sprint up to it. When my grandmother was 19 years old, she had my mom with Bruno. We're going to call him Bruno because nobody talks about Bruno. Never met him. Don't know who he is. Don't care. Oh, well. About a year later, she met my papa. My papa was stationed over in Germany while he was in the army. They fell in love. Crazy because neither of them spoke the same language. My grandmother spoke fluent German. My papa spoke English and Spanish. He convinced her to move to the U.S., so he came back to the U.S., brought her over when my mom was like 2 years old. They lived in Ohio for a little bit, and then they moved over to Puerto Rico. They lived there for a couple of years while my papa went back to Ohio to work at the steel mill, if I remember correctly. My mom grew up, met my biological father. We'll call him my sperm donor as well. And yes, that is a picture of Ludacris because it's the running joke that my father indeed looks like Ludacris. But they had me. That's me over there. See me? Looking the same. Really haven't aged much. Thank God. Then, along the line of life, my mom met my dad. This guy right here. Yes, he is my stepdad, we'll say. He's not my biological father, but that never mattered because he's been a part of my life for 30 plus years, 34 years, however old I am at this point. And those two got married, and they had my brother and my sister. That's my brother over there. That's my sister right down there. That's my sister's husband. It's not actually her husband, but that's what he looks like. So they're recently married. So shout out to them. So yes, he got a little picture there, and that's basically what he looks like without a mustache. So brother's 8 years younger than I am. My sister is 10 years younger than I am. So we have a little bit of an age gap. But what's really cool is me and my wife have basically sworn off having kids. But luckily, our siblings have given us enough kids for now. We've got down at the bottom here, them's the Neffs. Them's the homies. Little E baby over there, that's my wife's twin. Hendo, right there, big mega mind head ass. That's my twin. Now we got the newest one, Chicky. Look at that. But that's pretty much it. That is my family history in a nutshell. And I'm sure that this 23andMe cotton swab spit test thing is gonna tell me way more than my family can even imagine. But I'm excited to see where my family's from, take a look into our lineage, and also see some of these health markers that, considering I don't know a couple of the links in our fence, just to see how our history plays into our health will be fun to uncover. So can't wait to get the results back.
All right. Hey, y'all. It's me, Gabby. This is my rendition of my presentation of a family tree or whatever. Anyway, this is me. I'm about 6'7". I'm so sorry. But yeah, I think that's about how old I am. And I was born in Virginia. That's it. Next. Okay, so you'll notice I don't have real pictures of my parents just because I know my mom wouldn't like it. And my sperm donor has been missing in action for over 15 years. He never claimed to be going out for milk or anything, so I can't blame him for not coming back because he also just never said anything. He just disappeared and then added me on Facebook like we were long lost homies. So I opted for some appropriate character choices in lieu of real pictures. Anyways, both my parents were born and raised in Bolivia. That's where they met, got married, and then moved to the States and had me like 2 years later. I also have siblings on both sides. My mom got remarried, had my little sister, and then I have brothers on my dad's side. But if I try to explain all that, it's going to be a hot mess. So, next. So, on to my maternal side. As I mentioned, my mom was born in Bolivia, born and raised in Cochabamba. And yeah, her mother, I also didn't have a picture of her just because I don't really have a relationship with too much of either side of my family, actually. In the past, like 5, 6 years, have gotten more contact with my dad's side through cousins and like a crazy story of how I reconnected with my brothers. If you guys ever want to hear about that, I'd be more than happy to share it. It's been really wonderful to be able to get to know family because I didn't grow up with any. So it's been a really nice journey and is the only reason I even know some of my background now. Anyways, my grandmother, born in Bolivia, but her grandmother, the greatest grandmother in the world, or not her grandma, her mom, the greatest grandma in the world. She was born in Chile, and she always said the funniest thing when you would mention that. I'd be like, "Oh, they said you were born in Chile," and she'd go, "Eso dicen." It was just so cute. I don't know. I loved it. She was the member of my mom's family that I was the closest with. Sadly, she has passed, but we still remember her fondly. And I picked this character for her because she was just spicy like that and just the cutest. And then my mom's dad was, I don't know if he was born in Bolivia or not. I think he was. All I know is that he lived in Argentina. I actually never met him, don't know what he looks like. And I also heard that he has Spanish background, like Spaniard.
Spanish background, like Spain Spanish. But technically you could say that about all Bolivians because colonization. Also on my
Really just be doing, the US just be doing anything and everything.
the US didn't colonize. It was
Cut
Spain.
that, cut
It was
that.
Spain.
Cut that out.
No. No, I think we should leave it.
No!
We have to be real about it.
No! My history lesson is from Ohio.
I know.
So it's all bad.
And it's okay.
Anyway, that's all I know about my mother's side. So moving on to the paternal side. Same thing, like I said, sperm donor was born in Bolivia, and so were my grandma and grandpa. And you'll notice these are the only other real pictures because fire, look at them, they're models. Also, my grandma has since passed, so rest in peace, beautiful, beautiful lady. And then my grandfather, pretty sure doesn't know how to use the internet, so I'm not worried about him seeing this. Anyway, from what I understand and have learned from my family since reconnecting is that my grandma was of Italian and Peruvian descent. Is that the right way to say that? I don't know. And then my grandfather is of Middle Eastern background. So I knew of the Lebanese part or heard of the Lebanese part, but recently heard from a cousin of mine that it may also be Moroccan, but she's also unsure. So I'm hoping to find out. I've also dealt with a lot of health issues throughout my life and have not been able to provide a lot of information to doctors because I don't have it. So I'm really looking forward to getting answers about that and hopefully being able to use it to better take care of myself and live my best life. Anyway, that's about all I know. So I'm going to go spit in a tube now.
Gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that thing. You get me?
I don't get you. I think you gotta demonstrate.
Hawk too and spit
No,
on
like-
it. Spit on it.
That there
Okay, sit down.
we were just talking about Spaniards and Europeans and stuff. Speaking of one, she's
Hi, baby.
English, by the way. This is Lizzie. She was born in England.
London, baby.
London, darling. I don't know what I was getting at. Anyway, colonization, Bolivia, all the things. Again, I don't know. I didn't have a huge relationship with either side of my family. I was very sheltered. So I want to know more about that. I would like to know for sure. It's nice to hear from people, oh no, your uncle, your aunt, your blah, blah, blah is from wherever. But this will let me actually find out for reals. So I'm excited about that. And we figured we would share with you guys what we know or think we know before we did the real deal.
Yeah.
Because science doesn't lie. So here they are. All right, we're gonna rip them. We started ripping it because we got excited, but we
Yeah.
want you guys to be part of the whole
Wanna help me?
experience.
Wanna help me, Lizzie?
I personally think I'm an alien, and that would be really cool if that came back right.
But you
But
have a belly button, so
I do not have a belly button.
I've seen it.
You haven't. It's a lie. I'm Kyle.
Don't rip the box.
Oh, that rhymed.
Good job. Don't rip the box like you tend
Hi.
to do things. Oh,
Okay.
this is a lot. This is not what I expected it to be.
This is neat though.
Seems RA proof. I like it.
So this is like
Hi.
nice. And then don't mess up the boxes. We gotta ship it
Yeah,
back
don't
in
mess up
this.
the box. I just don't know how you open things.
Okay, girl. Anyway, 23andMe. So here's the.
Ooh la la. It says.
Oh.
They give you a diagram
Ready,
of the.
set, wait. Indications
things?
for use. Okay. So we're gonna read through this. Y'all don't care about this. And then as soon as we're doing the sample,
Cool.
we'll cut back to that. Oh, don't eat, drink, chew gum, brush teeth, or smoke for 30 minutes before giving your saliva sample.
What is it?
Don't eat, drink, chew gum, brush teeth, or smoke.
I haven't done any of that.
Yes, you
Oh,
have.
drink,
Both of
yeah.
these stuff. Okay, so then. All right, and now we ship them back and we wait. They're in these little tubes here. That's how they came. Follow the instructions, and I guess we'll find out. Can't wait to see if I have more siblings.
The Christmas gifts.
No, but we're looking forward to that.
Yeah. I just want to see what I am, honestly. I'm trying not to be surprised if I do have more siblings.
I know.
I want to be, I want to be more
joked,
surprised
but-
by what I am composed of.
Yeah, composed of. Hilarious.
It's hilarious.
So that's part of the exploration, the self-exploration, discovery, whatever you want to call it. So I don't know how long this is going to take. I don't know if I
I
read
think
that
it said
part.
like 6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But even when we did Elmer's, well, he is a dog. But his took a few weeks, couple
His
weeks.
did take a few weeks. Yeah. So just hang tight. Hopefully this will pique your interest and you'll come back in the next couple of weeks to see and find out with us what we are. And the cool thing about this one, this 23andMe Premium, Ari was actually the one that picked this, and I'll let you know a little bit about what it involves. So the advanced ancestry and basic health. So the premium one, it shows us a little more information. So advanced ancestry plus health insights, including reports authorized by the FDA in the membership that gets better over time. We didn't get the membership. We just did it for this, but you know. Next Gen Health now, over 45 innovative health reports, including BRCA1, BRCA2, selected variants, genetic health risks, prostate.
Not worried about that.
Colorectal cancer. Also, it says unlock ancient history. Trace your DNA way back to the historical matches, or with historical matches, connecting you to fascinating figures and cultures from history. Now, I'm not sure if that's the one with a subscription, so we may have to get that. And then in sync with science, new reports and insights are regularly released as scientific discoveries are made. Know early, fight back. Tools, insights, action plans to give you a head start on health conditions. Plus is more reports on heart health, mental health, pregnancy, how you process certain medications, So a lot of good information that we wouldn't know otherwise. And it's exciting.
Yeah.
Like I said, some stuff held us up, a lot of it being, oh, but it's not safe. When literally we were in the military and they have everything on us they could ever want. And because we didn't want the chance of possibly finding out
That we had
that
more
our family's
siblings.
messier than we already knew it was.
That one might be mine. That one right there. I'm not totally sure. Just because you name him Darren don't mean he belonged to Darren.
So, whatever. We're going to do it anyway. So,
I just think of that. What's that movie where they... You all right?
Europeans.
What's that movie where they can like trace it back to one of the main characters that they end up talking to ends up being related to Jesus Christ?
The Da Vinci Code.
Okay. It made me think of that, but it also tied into our nephew Hendrix going, "Don't call me Jesus."
Don't call me. Yes.
It's like crazy concept. We end up finding out related to like Jesus Christ or something. Now, kind of has to somewhat be like brought up that we can call you Jesus. We're related.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Okay.
All right. All right.
Now you got me red-handed, keep it what I got next door.
Picture this, we were both butt naked.
Begging on the bathroom floor. How could I forget that I have given her an extra key? Why should she believe me when I told her it wasn't me?
And you see me on the
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
What are words that I told her? Something, 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 shoulder.
That's you committed.
Shut it.
It's lagging. I'm leaving. See ya.